The Link Show is just about to start. We have a brand new website, so head to thelinkcrew.com where you can see our most recent videos, play this week's Kahoot, and send in your shoutouts. Let's get started.
Today on The Link Show, we're starting a brand new series about forgiveness.
And we're learning about why Peter denied Jesus.
Got another animated Bible story.
And we've got a brand new challenge for you.
All that and more.
What are you waiting for?
Let's get linked.
If you listen, oh, bro, it's coming. Hold on. Big.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to The Link Show. We are so excited to see you again.
We are. We've missed you so much. It's so good to be back, hanging out with you on the couch. Miguel, how's your holidays?
My holidays were good. I had fun, just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
How was your holidays?
Same. Just a lot of chilling, relaxing, seeing family, a lot of hot cross buns.
Oh, because it is Easter.
Let us know what you guys got up to on the holidays. Head to the website and send out your shout outs so that we can read them on the Link Crew and you.
Also, we've got a question for you. So again, send through your answers and we will read them out on the Link Crew and you. But if you could visit one country, which country would it be?
Where would you go, Miguel?
Oh, I think I'd go to Italy.
That's what I was going to say. I've been before.
Pasta.
Pizza.
Pizza, pasta, and
Sorbet and gelato.
oh, and even just going on the Venice canals, rowing.
Where you going?
It'll be good.
Where
But
would you
that's
go?
where I would go. Let us know your answers. But in the meantime, let us go to Preach Part 1.
Okay, so let me tell you about a time when I was in school and we had two different groups of friends. There was the group of friends that I was a part of. We were just sort of the random kids that would hang out, we'd play soccer, we'd do whatever we wanted at lunch. Some days we'd bring guitars and play music. Other days we'd play soccer, just whatever we wanted. And then there was another group of kids that were the cool kids. They were the popular kids that everyone wanted to hang around. And in my group, there was this one kid that wanted to be friends with the popular kids, but he didn't really fit in, so he would hang out with us. And so one day we're out playing soccer, we're on the oval, we're kicking the ball around, when this other group of popular kids came out and started making fun of me. And so this one kid in our group, wanting to fit in with them more than me, started joining in and started saying things about me to them that weren't true, but they were laughing at and making fun of me. And I remember feeling betrayed and hurt. It hurt my feelings so much that it took a while before I was able to forgive that friend. But after a little while, he did come to me and he said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to be popular with them, but now I realize that was a mistake." And so I had to make a choice. Was I going to forgive this friend who had hurt my feelings and who had betrayed me, or was I going to give him a second chance because I knew that was the right thing to do? And so that's what we're actually looking at today, the idea of forgiveness, that should we forgive other people when they hurt us? And why should we forgive if we're meant to? Like, what happens if we don't forgive? Is it okay if we just don't forgive people? What does that look like? And we're going to look at a story in the Bible a little later on where this exact thing happened to Jesus. And it wasn't some random person that betrayed Jesus. It was one of his disciples. We're going to take a look and see how Jesus handled that. And we're also going to see what we can learn in the way that we should handle our relationships as well. But we'll talk about that in just a minute.
And we're back. We are so excited. We have a new series of games for you. Let's just quickly take a look at the score from last term's challenges.
Hey, I do believe I was the champion.
Unfortunately, I lost. There were some questionable calls.
Nah, man.
Questionable,
They
but
were fair.
you did win that. So I'm quite scared about what's to come.
Well, what's to come is scary for me because the slate has been wiped clean.
Oh, 0-0.
Our scores are going back to zero. We're
Back to
restarting.
zero.
It's new term, new challenges.
I have a good feeling about this term's games.
I never know what to feel anymore. Let's be
Actually,
real.
yeah,
Our producers throw some pretty weird things.
It's getting weirder and weirder every week.
Should we see what we're in for this week?
Let's take a look.
Lucky?
This week's game is involving balloons. Your goal is you will have 1 minute to blow a balloon as big as you can without popping it.
This is actually my one fear.
Me too.
Whoever has the biggest balloon when the 1 minute timer ends wins.
This is actually my biggest fear.
3, 2,
Let's see how this
1,
goes.
go.
Wait! Before we reveal this week's winner, let's take a look at our animated Bible story.
Peter was a fisherman who Jesus chose to become one of his disciples. Peter and the other 11 disciples followed and learnt from Jesus. Peter saw the miracles that Jesus did and the way he cared for others. But one evening, while Jesus and the disciples were sharing a meal together, Jesus told the disciples that he would have to die and that they would reject him. But Peter said, "Even if the others reject you, I never will." But Jesus replied, "Before the rooster crows tonight, you will reject me 3 times." A little while after the meal, Jesus was arrested by the religious leaders and taken to the high priest. Peter followed a long way behind and went into the courtyard to see what was happening. While Peter was there, a servant girl came to him and said, "You were with Jesus from Galilee." But Peter replied, "I have no idea what you're talking about." As Peter was leaving the area, another servant came to him and said, "This man was with Jesus." But Peter said, "I don't know him." A short time later, some others came to Peter and said, "We know that you're a follower of Jesus. We can tell by the way you look." But again, Peter said, "I don't know him." But as soon as the words left his mouth, the rooster crowed, and Peter remembered what Jesus had said, and he wept. Jesus was then crucified on the cross and rose again from the dead on the 3rd day. A little while after Jesus had risen from the dead, Peter decided to go fishing with some of the disciples. But although they fished all night, they caught nothing. Early in the morning, Jesus came to the beach, but the disciples didn't realize it was him. Jesus called out, "Friends, have you caught anything?" "No," they said. And so Jesus said, "Try the other side of the boat." And they did. And they couldn't believe it. The net was so full of fish that they couldn't pull it into the boat. Then one of the disciples said to Peter, "Look, it's Jesus." Peter didn't wait. He jumped straight out of the boat into the water and swam to the beach and sat with Jesus. Jesus said, "Peter, do you love me?" Peter said, "Yes, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Well, feed my lambs." Again, Jesus asked, "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, of course I love you," Peter said. "Then take care of my sheep." A third time, Jesus asked, "Do you love me?" Peter was hurt that Jesus asked a third time. He said, "Jesus, you know everything. You know that I love you." And so Jesus said, "Then feed my sheep." And so that's what Peter did. He went on to feed Jesus' sheep by helping build the church and even writing some of the books that we can read in the Bible. Because of Peter, countless people learn all about the love of Jesus. So today we're actually looking at 2 different parts of a story. We've got the first part of the story, which was before Jesus died. It's in the lead up to Easter, which we just learnt about a few weeks ago. Then the second part of the story is after Easter. It's after Jesus has died and risen again. And so we have Jesus being taken away. He's being taken to the religious leaders where they're going to lie about him and they're going to call him guilty and they're going to stick him to a cross. But Peter is following from behind, and someone says, "You look like one of the followers of Jesus." And so Peter had to make a choice. Who is more important? Do I want to try and protect myself, or will I say that, yes, I'm a friend of Jesus? And so he makes the choice to betray Jesus. He does it 3 times. And in that moment, that third time when the rooster crows, I can imagine his heart breaking when he realizes that I just told Jesus that I would never betray him, and now I've done it 3 times in a single night. The Bible says he goes away and he cries. He feels broken. But I love that the story doesn't end there, that Jesus on the beach having this moment with Peter. 3 times Peter denied Jesus. 3 times he betrayed him, but 3 times Jesus says, "Do you love me? I've got a job for you. Do you love me? I still have a job for you. Do you love me? Guess what? Your mistakes have not taken you away from the purpose I have for your life." You see, Jesus knew that all of us make mistakes. We all mess up sometimes. But he knew that Peter was sorry, that Peter wanted a second chance, and Jesus was more than ready to give it to him. And I know for me, when I had that friend who hurt my feelings, it would have been so easy to say, "Nope, I'm never going to be your friend again, go away." But instead, I made a choice to say, "You know what? I forgive you. Let's be friends again. You see, the Bible says that when we don't forgive people, yes, it might hurt that person, but it actually hurts us even more. The weight of unforgiveness can weigh us down, and it's actually a sin to not forgive others. The Bible says that we must forgive others the same way that Jesus forgave us. Now, that doesn't mean that we trust those people. If there's people that have hurt us and done the wrong thing, we don't have to trust them again. We don't have to let them be in a position where they can hurt us again, but we do need to forgive them because Jesus forgave us. You see, the Bible says that every single one of us has messed up. No one is perfect, and yet Jesus still forgave us and gave us a second chance and gave us an opportunity to be friends with God again. And so if you're watching this today and you want to know more about what forgiveness looks like, maybe you want to be a friend with Jesus just like I've made that decision years ago. Well, if you head over to thelinkcrew.com, there's a button that says Jesus. Click on that and there's a number of videos there we'd love you to watch that explains exactly this, that Jesus wants to forgive us for our mistakes and give us a second chance. So go check it out. But today, the most important thing, this is what I want you to remember, that we should forgive others the same way that Jesus forgave us.
Another awesome message by Buckle. Thank you so much. What a great story.
I loved it. It was awesome.
Are you ready to find out who won this week's challenge?
Oh, I'm nervous.
Let's check it out.
CC wins.
No, that's totally okay. That is my fear. That is
Me
genuinely
too.
my
Please
fear.
let go of it so it doesn't pop.
Like,
Let go.
oh, that backfired on you
It
though.
did. But I won, so it's one on the scoreboard
You
for
won
me.
purely from my fear of balloons popping
Dude, I was
in my
terrified
face.
as well. We were both like,
You did surprisingly well. I was just waiting for that balloon to pop, so I won on
I
default.
was scared my nails were gonna pop them.
I was hoping your nails kind of popped them.
Rude.
That means I won though, if it popped.
But you didn't.
I love this week's animated Bible story, and I love how even though Peter messed up, Jesus still loves him, forgave him, and has a bright future for him.
And I love that we also learned that because Jesus forgave us, we can forgive other people too.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to send in your shout outs so we can read it on the Link Crew and you. But hey, I'm Miguel,
I'm Cece.
and we'll see you next time on The
The
Link
Link
Show.
Show.
See you later, everyone.